So there's some very serious accusations, including doxing, death threats, flirting with somebody that's in a partnership, harassment, and it's believed the person that is causing this is believed to be formerly Reimu Endou from Nijisanji EN. And not only that, but there's also basically what all of this unnerves is that there's also accusations towards Nijisanji for having tried to bury another scandal and presented Reimu Endou's graduation in a matter that is not totally transparent as to what happened. But let's start by listening to the audio, and then I'll tell you guys all the missing pieces. All right.
Hello, my name is Bari. Some of you may know me by my former name, Rin. I'm sharing this statement to document my personal experiences involving an individual publicly known as Marie FD.
So Marie FD is believed to be Reimu, and the person who is speaking in the video is a VTuber and an emote artist that has also worked for Nijisanji.
As well as my interactions with her former employer. Over the past 2.5 years, I have experienced repeated harassment, boundary violations, doxing, and what I perceived as institutional inaction, all of which had left a lasting impact on my safety and well-being. This statement is not intended to assign motives or speculate on anyone's internal thoughts. I'm speaking only to what I personally experienced, observed, and how those events affected me. In mid to late 2022, Marie entered a brief romantic relationship with a colleague that ended poorly. Sometime afterward, she developed a close relationship with another colleague who was my former long-term partner. I did not object to their friendship or public interactions, as playful behavior and fan service are common in our industry. However, at in-person events, I personally observed Marie engaging in physical behavior towards him that I perceived as flirtatious, including one incident where she threw herself onto him with enough force that they nearly fell off a chair. Multiple individuals were present during this incident. Additionally, I was informed that she had made...
So she's also showcasing screenshots and evidence in this. Man, sometimes I be like, feelings aren't something to be ashamed of, be it good ones or bad ones. Why didn't I end up having a crush on censored words instead, man? Then I remember you have a girlfriend, and I'm like, wait, never mind. So this is a conversation between Marie and Barry Loaf's partner. And Barry Loaf's partner, we believe, is also a former Niji EN member.
A personal confession to him. I communicated my discomfort to Marie privately through direct messages and a call with...
So Marie here, basically, Barry Loves communicate her discomforts to Marie. Marie responds, I'm going to be honest with you, I generally don't remember saying that, and if I did, I'm sorry. I really can assure you, even if he didn't have you as a girlfriend, I wouldn't really do anything to get him, because I can tell you 100% wholeheartedly. From all these years I talked with him and knew about him, I haven't been attracted to him in the slightest.
2 other individuals. During that conversation, she stated that she did not recall the incident due to alcohol consumption, but agreed to stop engaging in shipping content involving him from May 1st, 2023 onward.
We can just quickly read the DMs. So, hey, could you let me know when you're around? I want to talk about something. I'm here. Okay, great. It's kind of serious. Is that all right with you? Whoop. Is something wrong? Sure. There's been something on my mind for a while now that's bothered me a bit, and the more I think about it, the more bothersome I found it. I think it started around the time in Japan with that dinner I brought up a while back. I know that I brought up you telling me to shut the fuck up unprovoked, but I never managed to bring up the second thing that bothered me that evening. I've been trying to wait for an opportunity to show itself, to bring it up organically to you in a conversation, to not make things so abrupt and awkward, but it's proving to be a bit on the difficult side, hence why I asked to talk to you just now. During that dinner, I don't know if it was before or after, when you snapped at me, you also sort of threw yourself at me and clung onto me. This made me very uncomfortable and also came across as rather disrespectful, as it was right in front of my significant other as well. The fact that this and the snapping thing happened within the same hour or so had me so confused and conflicted for so long. Now that I still am not entirely sure what to make of it, I can't tell if I'm puzzled, conflicted, sad, upset, or a mix of all these emotions about the whole deal. I know you apologize for the snapping thing, but I feel a bit mixed about the apology, as I remember it more as a, oh, it's because I broke up with this person, as opposed to, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. If I'm misremembering, please do feel free to correct me. I'm certain of the fact that the whole you throwing yourself onto me thing has gone unaddressed, though, both in regards to me and bar.name. On top of this, the more I think about it, the more things come to mind that just make me rather uncomfortable in hindsight. For example, I've noticed an influx of a lot of bar.words art being liked and RT'd by you, which has made me rather uncomfortable due to the previous incident. I usually just turn a blind eye to ship art, and it's usually not something that we as livers RT. But when it gets brought up on my TL by people I follow, it becomes a bit difficult to overlook, especially with the addition of the For You tab. You acknowledging it also leads to more people making that kind of stuff, and since it's been making me progressively uncomfortable, I mean, we barely even speak these days, so I don't understand why the ship has been peddled as of late. Well, I can only guess as to why. I would like to ask if it's possible that you could refrain from at least retweeting the barred out name shipped or interacting with posts related to it. I'd really appreciate it. Sorry if this feels like it's coming out of nowhere all these months later. I've been very conflicted with my own thoughts over the whole thing, and I hate confrontation more than anything, especially with people I consider good friends. But I decided that rather than walking around with these conflicting feelings for longer, I thought it'd be best and the healthiest approach to get it said properly and clear the air. Thanks. And then she replies, "Oh, thank you for talking about this with me. First off, I apologize again for telling you to shut up in Japan. I understand it was seen as unprovoked at that dinner, so when I apologized to you about it, I gave a general explanation because I was embarrassed of how I acted, but I didn't know you'd taken it as just giving an excuse to it and not really apologizing. I'm so sorry. I apologize again because I do believe it was wrong of me to explode the way I did when you didn't even know about it. Plus, I hadn't talked to you either. A lot of my censored word friends that already knew kept asking me about it if I was bothered that she kept talking about him during the whole trip, and I let that affect me as well. But this isn't me excusing my behavior, it's just giving you a look onto what has happened in my mind. I should have addressed it a long time ago instead of letting it bottle up. For the second thing, I genuinely had no idea I made you and bar.name feel uncomfortable. I'm so sorry. I don't remember throwing myself at you, but again, if you and this person saw it that way and felt that way, I can only apologize. I'm so sorry. I'll be way more careful from now on, and just want you to know that I didn't even cross my mind. I'm so sorry. I guess that's why it went unaddressed, but thank you for bringing it up to me. I generally had no idea, and now I know. Does this person feel comfortable enough to talk to me, so I apologize directly to her as well? Or is it all right with only you? About the censored words, I don't really think much of it either. I retweet art if I like it, but I don't really stalk the art tag either and like every single post of them. But I will, of course, respect your boundaries. Thank you for bringing that up as well. Do you feel comfortable if I just don't retweet any fan art with you in it, just to avoid any misunderstanding? Also, please don't apologize. If anything, I'm glad you did. I'm so sorry. I didn't give you a safe space to do so earlier, and I really had no idea, but I know that I know it's much better. So we expressed our discomforts three separate times, my DMs, his DMs, and then three in the separate private calls with two individuals present, all privately.
Onward. At the time, I believed the matter hadn't been resolved. In the months that followed, I personally experienced exclusion from collaborative projects, negative statements and rumors about me within company and mutual networks, and finally, harassment, including the doxing of personal information and death threats. It became apparent that directly settling boundaries with her was insufficient to prevent the disclosure of our personal information. I reported these incidents to Marie's previous employer through the appropriate channels after my—
So Nijisanji. That's who she's referring to right now.
My personal information was shared without my consent. It was communicated that following their internal review, the reported conduct was being addressed in accordance with company policy and that the potential disciplinary measures were under consideration. I also understood at the time.
So she receives a message from the company or from somebody from the company. Hello, I'm bar.word from bar.company as bar.word supervisor. I wanted to inform you that he has been ill for the past few days and is currently unable to communicate. While he recovers, I will be taking over communication. Since censored word has been regularly reporting to me, I am fully aware of the situation. Also, our message has been and will continue to represent the company, not just the opinion of a single employee. Thank you again for your feedback. Given the severity of her action, we have determined that the level of malice involved is substantial. Therefore, at 7 p.m. GST on October 18, we concluded that her penalty will either be a public apology accompanied by a suspension of activities or contract termination if no apology is made. While we will not disclose your identity as the source of the information, we must show her the bullying and doxing comments from her locked X account as part of the process to either terminate her contract or secure a public apology. As a result, she may be able to deduce that you are the source of the information. We look forward to hearing from you soon. So this is a Niji representative responding to her about her complaints about Reimu doxing and harassing her and sending her death threats, according to her. And they were responding saying, we're gonna issue public apology and she's gonna be suspended or she'll be terminated. But as we know, because we're in the future now, we know that this didn't happen. We know that Reimu simply graduated. And a graduation is not a punishment. A graduation is your final send-off. It's a celebration. It usually means or implies that the VTuber decided to part way without being forced out of their own volition. So obviously, it didn't really come off as a disciplinary measure.
That other individuals had submitted related concerns. From my perspective, no meaningful action appeared to be taken. I continued to see Marie receive sponsorships, design upgrades, and high-profile opportunities, which made me feel like my concerns were being minimized. In April of 2025, after my former partner resigned from the company, reportedly due to increasing stress and dissatisfaction with the company's response to certain concerns, I was notified that Marie's contract would not be renewed. The company publicly characterized this as a graduation without acknowledgement of any related complaints or disciplinary actions. Following her departure, the harassment I had been experiencing online stopped abruptly, coinciding with the timing of her leaving. My intention was to move on and not address this. However, Marie recently spoke about me publicly, presenting a version of events that, from my perspective, does not align with what I experienced. Remaining silent has allowed misinformation to persist, and I believe that transparency is necessary to protect myself and others in similar situations. I am sharing this to document my personal experience, highlight what I perceived as a pattern of harm and inaction, and advocate for greater transparency and accountability within our community standards. I am not asking or encouraging anyone to harass or retaliate against Marie or her former employer. The information in this statement reflects my personal experiences, perceptions, and understanding of the events as they unfolded. Thank you for your time.
Horrible stuff, horrible behavior if this is true from the liver in question. So let's break down this statement. So what is the initial problem? Marie developed an uncomfortable... First of all, let's pinpoint who is who. So there is Barry Loaf here, who is the victim in this situation, who's making the statement, who is in a relationship with a former Nijisanji liver who is believed to be Ike. It kind of checks out because she says that he graduated, I believe, like in April, and then we've had his graduation in April. Now, Marie, who is believed to be Reimu, started flirting with Ike, allegedly, and even throwing herself at him at an event, as she described. Then she's had 3 private confrontation with her, asking her to stop. After this, she believes that she began experiencing professional exclusion, rumors, severe online harassment, which includes doxing and leaking her personal information, as well as death threats. So at this point, she felt like she had no choice but to contact the company that she works for. So they come back to her with the message that we read earlier, telling her that there's going to be some disciplinary measures. She's going to be suspended, maybe a public apology or a termination. However, this didn't happen, and Reimu simply graduated. And before her graduation, as she explained, she kept on receiving new outfit updates and getting events and getting merch. So she felt like she wasn't being punished. Eventually, Marie's contract was terminated, and Barry states that the moment Mary left, the online harassment against her immediately and completely stopped. And the reason why she's speaking about this now is because she was intending to remain quiet on this, but apparently Mary recently spoke about those events publicly and mischaracterized what truly happened. So she felt like she had to clarify her side of the story. So yeah, Barry Loaf is Ike's girlfriend. I don't know if they're still together, if it's a former partner. I'd have to give it another listen. I listened to it 4 times already. But it seems like it makes sense, especially because there's also this Instagram post from her where she's like, happy Valentine's Day, please support, and she's making art of Ike. She's also made some Ike emotes, for Nijisanji. So yeah, pretty big accusations, a pretty big deal. There's also like, you know, there's been a lot of rumors from Reimu from her past life that are kind of unsightly, some bad rumors about her. And even more recently, do you guys remember when Twisty did her black screen recording? She also insinuated that Reimu was the one who leaked her outfit. So now that we're also getting this, I feel like there's a bunch of dots getting connected. Like this is a pattern with her, and I'm believing it more and more. Now, I still got to listen to her side of the story, of course, but... And then, at one point in the beginning of the video, she mentions that Marie had a relationship, I believe, in mid-2022 that kind of failed. That somebody she failed to court. And people also pieced this together in Discord, and they found out this clip from Vox Akuma. So it's believed to be Vox Akuma that she tried to court. So actually, all of the Vox fans that were freaking out about Reimu and Vox together may have been onto something. So there is some harassment being archived in our Discord right now. It's okay, it's pretty bad. Kind of some triggers for some people that are sensitive. You know, just getting a lot of KMS threats. Okay, Barry, you can kill yourself now. Ike already graduated, got terminated. Kill yourself, Barry. Oh yes, and during that time, Ike graduated, and it's kind of after that the company finally, you know, took action in regard to Reimu. And right after her contract got terminated, suddenly the harassment stopped. Kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself, Barry, kill yourself, Barry, things like that. There's this. I want to take away Ike's sadness. What makes you think Ike is sad? His girlfriend Barry is a psychopath. Yeah, we still need to see Mary's side, but this ain't looking good, especially with the other accusations that we've seen in the past. You know, allegedly her leaking the Twisty outfit and stuff like that. Reimu was suddenly dropped from the NBA collab. Started heavily dropping. She was going to leave around the start of the year. Management probably decided it was easier to let her contract expire than terminate her. So, like, did Nijisanji know? But then decided to, they were like, instead of making a big fuss about it, let's just quietly let her contract expire. Yes, and there's that one time where Reimu interrupted Vox ASMR and his community got really mad. Yes. Yeah, they knew. They knew, they just didn't say anything. You know what? After all, maybe it's better to just have one gender per corpo. You avoid all of these trouble. But it's kind of wild. Like, if Barry's story is true, it's so fucking wild that she started hitting on somebody that was in a relationship that stated multiple times they were uncomfortable with the flirting. And after that, that she would go as far.
Following their internal review.
Then after that, she went as far as to dox her, send her death threats, and send her harassment. Like, who does that? That's so crazy. We have a company meeting right now, but the tea though, oh, I'm sorry. Bad timing for you. Well, I'm glad Niji is getting the crazies, the bad kind, instead of places like FaZe or Holo. They gotta gather somewhere. Maybe Niji would have been a decent corpo in another timeline. Maybe. Thank you for the super chat, my boy. Nijisanji, the official drama provider. How many black screen has it been for Nijisanji so far, guys? Should we count them? There's been the first Nijisanji black screen. There was the Twisty one. And then there's this one. So it's 3 black screens. Far too many. Yeah, far too many black screens. How many EN black screens versus JP? I haven't really heard of any scandal like of this kind on the JP side. Sir, a third black background stream has hit Nijisanji. And people have already like found out or pinpointed in the past that Reimu goes on VT, like on 4chan. So there's been rumors in the past that she's posting on there. And also that multiple, you know, Ethereum members have posted on there. One video that always comes back whenever these kind of speculations happen is this video.
A euro.
It does, kinda. It's like it has a
nothing like a euro, honey.
It looks like an E and a.
So it's very quick.
It does.
But see, she went on V there. This is usually like your most browsed tabs or something. So that's also proof that she does. She either ego search or she posts on there. Yuzuki Roa, I made a video on her. And she was friend with Raccoon. Yeah, what was the... there was some rumors about her PL before joining Nijisanji that she was like, fuck, what was it? It's like that she was friend with Raccoon and they covered up some kind of SA or some shit. Like, what was it? I'm failing to remember the story right now. She deleted some posts when called out and she used me instead of she when someone was posting about Reimu. Raccoon's ex was in pedo allegations. Oh, she was friends with a groomer? She was friends with that ex that had the allegations. Did they defend that friend? Yes. Reimu tripped a couple times on 4chan. So there was grooming allegations against Raccoon's ex-boyfriend at the time, and they were friends with Reimu. This is VT. This is the Mary
presenting a version of events.
Twisty tweeted? Oh my god. Okay, one sec. I'm canceling everything. Breaking news. I told you guys the Twisty tweet would be a banger. I told you guys. It's always nice to see evil people getting proven to be evil. Oh, we found the stream about Mary? Nice work, you guys. Nice. Why didn't you guys type in chat instead of... I would have seen it earlier. Okay, show me the... Oh, it's in the dump? All right. Rat dump. Okay, Mary Reimu talking about Barry.
She's just making excuses in case she finds her own fox that.
Is there a timestamp for this?
Every time that I...
Oh, sorry. This is the timestamp.
She's just making excuses in case she finds her own fox that. Listen, every time that I think about marriage, I get overwhelmed in the sense of like, how do I explain to my partner the kind of job that I have? And how do I explain it to them without sounding like selfish? Because I will have to be selfish having this kind of work, no?
What did she do to those Oreos?
Because like I forgot to open that one. Because I'm gonna be like, yeah, so I have the kind of job that I have. So whenever I'm streaming, you're not supposed to talk. Like, you're not supposed to do any sound, you know?
Okay.
By the way, people cannot know
So the first half is just context and the last 10 minutes is all about Barry.
who you are. Not because of the whole like, well, hopefully, right? Not because of the whole, oh, my fans are gonna attack you, right? It's gonna be more like, if they find out who you are, they're gonna probably like Google your name, right? And then they're gonna like dox where we leave. I'm more like worried about that, right? More than people finding out if I ever end up having a partner. Gosh, I hope it happens. It's more about they're gonna Google where we end up leaving, right? You marry a fan. Me. Yeah, let me clean this. Okay. I'm gonna clean a little bit of my stand so we don't have Oreo cookies everywhere. Okay, praying for you, girl. Thanks. But yeah, it's more than that. And then we're gonna have to be like, what if I have a problem like I had with my mom when I lived with her? Like, you're being too loud at like 1 in the morning. Or, I don't know, I feel like this job is so time consuming that I guess I would need to have like find a balance to like not make them feel like I don't love them, you know what I mean? Like, do you want to go on a date? I'm making an Oreo ice cream tomorrow, you know? I can't, I have a hand cam stream tomorrow. Like, for who?
Oh god.
For chat. Who's chat? Chat! Do you want me to mute? I'm gonna mute because this is like super loud.
What are we doing to the Oreos? Yeah, she's gonna crumble them in a cake or something, right? The context for this clip is the first topic that we addressed at the beginning of the stream. This is like Reimu, and there's been accusation that she's doxed this VTuber. And the indie VTuber is like, I'm talking about this now because apparently Reimu has spoken about me and she's misrepresented the event. So this is... We're trying to figure out what she said about her. Hey, Duncan. Duncan, please.
The hell? This is so annoying. Chad is the husband now. Whoa. Last time something like that happened.
This is Reimu.
I got so many death threats on Twitter. I'm kind of over it now. But you kind of...
Okay, this part she talks about being accused by fans about being together with a liver. I don't know if this is connected to the short relationship she had with a colleague. Right. The part that comes right after this is her crazy girlfriend story that is about Barry.
Like, never get really over it. You know what I mean? Really? Yeah. You learn from those kind of experiences. Do I want to go through that again? No. Some people take it too far. Some people are just fucking mentally ill. I think I need to continue going to therapy to like fully process that. Cause like, I remember my therapist was like, but like, were you dating this person though? Like, were they, it was not like she was giving the right to the fans. She was like, but we were dating this person. And I was like, that's the worst part of the whole deal. I wasn't. Like, it's not like I say I would understand if I had been, or I would understand if that person was dating the other person, you know? Because that doesn't give the fans any more right to do that, right? But you're like, okay, you have to be a little bit more like less obvious, right? Like if you don't want fans to find out that you're in a relationship, make it a little bit less obvious. But how the fuck are you gonna make less obvious something that never existed? Bro, I'm never playing games with friends anymore, ever. Fans traumatized me.
She's talking about a relationship that's never existed? So is this about Vox?
Oh, buddy.
But what about the pasta then?
Yeah, fair. I'm sorry you went through that. It's fine. It was a long time ago. A long, long time ago. It's kind of whatever now. Well, it will never be whatever, but it's kind of whatever now.
Okay, so she's venting about being attacked by fans for just playing a game with a colleague. To a therapist.
Buddy, what do you mean? It's not our date. Shit, they found out. I'm sorry, man. I will have to lie on the stream. We're never dating. Never. Imagine if there was a range for a therapy just for VTubers. I think you have to find a therapist that knows, you know, they probably won't know what a VTuber is, but they will know what a content creator is. I think honestly, there's good therapists out there, but I think one of the most important thing that you have to have in a therapist is somebody that actually knows the kind of work that you do, because this takes so much of your life. And if they don't understand that, like the origin of like so many things that you're gonna have to talk about, it won't do anything in my opinion. I remember explaining VTubers to my therapist. He had no clue what they were. I also had to explain my job to my therapist, and she was like, "Oh, I see," because she knew what streaming was, right? She knew about creation. Then she was like, "I don't understand. You like show your face and like." Like, you showed where you live in the background. That's how fans found out, and they ended up like sending death threats. And I was like, no. I'm an anime girl, you see. I'm an anime girl. And she was like, well, why did they send death threats to you again? I DM'd my friend about a fucking game. About a $5 game. And my therapist was like,
yeah, this is about Vox. This is about Vox. Because the whole thing where she interrupted the SMR stream, it's because I think she had DM'd him and then she called him. Oh yeah, we should message.
Yes, that's why I'm here. Maybe, was it the timing? Do you fuck up the timing? Yeah. Do you fuck up anything else? Do you, I don't know, were you dating this person? Do you tell the people that you were dating this person? No, they were just a friend that I met like 5 months ago. She was like, oh, it's not like a long-time friend. No. She was like, I see. Well, did you see it as ridiculous? No, my therapist was kind enough to like not see it as like, you know, cause she's never, my therapist is Argentinian, by the way. Of course she is. She never really saw it as like, oh, it's nothing. It was more like, I've never seen this happen before. Like, I've never seen this happen before. I've seen things like, yeah, like relationships being found out and fans getting angry, but that's not your case, right? And I'm like, no. And she's like, she was just like, what in the hell?
Oh, it's gonna get about Barry soon. This is all just like how she got to that topic.
I can't be as sincere as I want for security reasons. For security reasons. Security reasons. But thankfully that was a long time ago. Yeah, it's a long time ago, but
I guess we could have skipped a little bit all of that. But I mean, the Vox stuff was kind of relevant to what we were looking for too.
I think it had repercussions in like the way that I handled stuff. Some positive and some that I wish I hadn't changed. But yeah.
Okay.
Like before, I remember that I used to be more like I will put my hands for my friends. Right now, I feel I discard my friendships way faster. And that's a little bit sad, not gonna lie. Like my way of like not dealing with stuff is like, we're not friends anymore. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's like what happened with like a long time ago, what happened with the crazy girlfriend that was like harassing me because she thought that I wanted her boyfriend, even though I had been friends with her boyfriend for like so many years. And I was like, I just don't know how else to explain to you, girlie.
She's talking about Barry right now.
That nobody wants, and nobody includes me. Trust me when I say this. I've known this guy for so long. I don't know how else to explain to you. I don't want you. I don't want him. Trust me, nobody does. You're safe. Yeah, literally, that's why when I was playing Silent Hill and we were going through like the Linko thing, I was like, oh my god, it's that girl. I had a PTSD moment. Like the PTSD in me woke up. I was like, oh no, it's her. It's her. I was like, he's all yours, trust me.
Okay, but who's telling the truth? Because I mean, Nijisanji was like, yeah, the Nijisanji representative was like, yeah, we found out like enough stuff to say that she's malicious, so we're gonna take actions.
Yeah, I've played this games before. She's back. So the way that I dealt with that, at first, I actually tried to reassure her, and then it came to the point that no matter what I did and did not do, it was not changing anything. Like that girlie was a little bit cuckoo in the head. Like that was not for me to deal with. You know what I mean? Like she has a lot of work to do. And I have no place in that work, you know what I mean? I ended up like reaching that conclusion after talking a lot with my therapist. She should have just hit on her.
They have such different visions of the same events. That's crazy.
Sadly, she was not my type. So I just ended up cutting off that friend. I was like, listen, man, good luck.
So she cut off Ike.
Good luck, because you're the one that he's gonna have to be the one dealing with her, you know what I mean? I'm out. Good luck, man.
Okay, so this stream was October 4th. It checks out.
I wish you luck, because oh my god, you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it with that kind of relationship. Just saying. I hope he's doing okay. Gosh, I hope he's doing okay. It's not about it being your type. It's the point about her to back off. I should have gone for that strategy. The thing is, she knew I liked girls. She knew I was a little bit gay. A little bit gay is minimizing it. And she's still not. Yo, I did so much. Bro, I did so much. She's the most Lulu person I've ever met in my entire life. It's kind of wild. Like, I wish I was exaggerating, but I've never met somebody as the Lulu as this person. Like, I tried in so many different ways, man. I was like...
But, you know, like, the thing that kind of, like, weights a little bit against what she's saying for me is that I've only ever heard good things about Ike being said. Even at the height of like Nijisanji, you know, backlash, everybody always said that Ike was a nice guy. So, I mean, if he's with that girl, she can't be that bad, no?
There was like a period of like a friendship arc when she was like, maybe if I vent to her about my problems with her friend, she can give me like advice. And there was a point where she was like, oh, I'm so glad that we became friends. I was like, and then she was venting about like the different problems that she would have with my friend. And I was like, man, I don't know. Maybe you should talk with him. Like the solution that I would give her all the time was like, maybe you should talk with him. I don't know. Cause she would be like, can you talk to him about it? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna step in nowhere in between that. I can just listen to you and then you can talk with them if you want, you know?
True, good people can get taken advantage of, so I don't know. I just thought that maybe it'd be a better judge of character.
And then, like, out of the blue,
Thank you,
she was
Phobia.
like, I wish I wasn't laughing. It's so ridiculous that the only thing that I can do is laugh. It's like, Maddie, I've tried. And I was like, oh, what happened? Did something happen? You can vent to me if you want. Your face, your voice, whenever I think about you, it's just pain. And I was like, what in the fucking hell?
I wonder if the other Eteria girls still follow her. Because somebody in chat pointed out that maybe what Anna was saying about people planting seeds to fuck up others, maybe she was referring to Reimu and not Nijisanji like we thought.
I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm literally saying this word by word. Every time that I look at you in the face, it just reminds me of the pain. And I just can't. I can't. Why are you so close with him? What are you to him? Why does he ignore me to talk to you? On Twitter, by the way.
Okay, well, let me finish the
Can she
the
link to
video.
me? And it was just me. That was a long time ago, by the way. Middle school muddy Twitter of me like sending a message, not even a message, like a public Twitter, like a public tweet saying good luck at work. It was a fucking tweet of good luck at work. And she linked that tweet to me.
Really?
Why does he ignore me to talk to you? And I was like, what in the fucking hell? I wish I was exaggerating it, guys. But that was literally it. That was it.
Alright, we gotta find that tweet now.
And then she was like, do not worry. The next time that you old guys decide to go to a trip or something, I won't be there. So you don't have to worry about me. And I was like, I wasn't going to, but before before I could reply, she blocked me.
Okay.
So I was like, that was the last message that she ever sent me. And I was like, oh, you know what I mean? I was like, girl? And that's how everything ended. After that, I refused to talk to my friend. I was like, no, this is not worth it. This is not worth it. I am so sorry. Girl needs help ASAP. I'm not even saying as like to make fun of her or anything, but I genuinely think she does.
So
She really, really, really does. It's not only like problems with the relationship, but I think it's problems with like her own in the head. I've never been more happy to be a man with only male friends. I've almost never had problems with like my female friends. She wasn't even a friend. That's the point. I think it was because of that, honestly. And then when I told my friends about it, they were like, what the fuck? You should have like never even attempted to like talk at all, because before all of that I did try to like reassure her like directly. Like I even had a call with her and everything, like calming her down, like saying like 7 times, listen, I don't like my friend. I don't think I ever will. No matter what happens, listen, I haven't liked him in the past 7 years. I'm not gonna like him anytime soon. I don't know how else to show it to you. And then my friends were like, you shouldn't have even tried doing that. You should have just like
the group call that they had?
ignored her.
Is she referring to the group call that they had?
And like cut ties with everybody in that circle. And I was like, you were so right. After that, I talked with my friends again and I was like, you guys were so fucking right. Sounds like she made up her mind. I think, yeah, I don't know. I cannot understand her mind. I think that was the main problem. I can see where you got that advice now. Of what? Yeah, and like after that problem and like the other one, I ended up like dealing with things a little bit more. I don't know if this is sad or not. I don't know if this change of mine I like or not. I'm still figuring it out. But right now, I'm like, there's very few friendships that I feel I will fight for, I guess. Like if I have this kind of problem ever again, the first thing that I do is cut it off. You know what I mean? And it feels like I'm giving up on them, but I'm like, I don't have the time of the day to deal with that bullshit. Like I don't even want to deal with that. Bye. And that's low-key how I learned to deal with my problems the past few years. I think I pulverized as much as I could.
Yeah, you did. Mostly on
Rather not
4chan,
deal with the drama that might
true.
occur, and I get that. Yeah, honestly, it's just not worth it. At least in my mind. When it first started, it was, because I was like, oh, I don't want to lose my friend. And then at the end of it, I was like, listen, I don't know how else to say it in a way that it doesn't sound horrible, of like, you're not worth it. It sounds so bad. It sounds so bad, but it's what my heart says. Of like,
damn, Jesus.
Listen, if the friendship that you give me is not worth it, bye.
Yeah, she asked to learn 4chan. It's important for her career, exactly.
You know?
All right, okay, we're done with this. Now the twisty tweet. The explosive twisty tweet. Well, people just decide to pretend you didn't say what you said about that person. The most insane part to me is staff and other livers acting like I'm crazy for getting my outfit leaked, especially when they were all well aware of what kind of person was around. Especially when they were all well aware of what kind of person was around. It was my fault though. I should have known not to send things to livers, and that did end up on 4chan. Yo, she kind of delivered with that tweet. Not gonna lie. Shots fired. True. Lulu be like, Nijisanji, place, go off, sis. Yeah, for real. Yo, staffs and livers, and they all gaslit her to make her feel like it was her fault. Having to take down her stream and shit. Like, but by that point, I have a feeling that Barry and Ike had probably reported what Reimu was doing, and they knew what kind of person they had in the company, but they just decided to let the contract expire without saying anything, keeping quiet. And you know what, like this bullying accusations and workplace harassment claims, they're becoming more and more how can I say that? It's becoming more and more realistic as more info comes out. If that's their mentality on how they handle things, then yeah, I get it. And the Aster accusations also left unaddressed. They always do that. They never take actions to limit the damage some of their livers or employee could do to others. It's on brand. Oh boy. Yeah, every allegation is remarkably consistent. It's crazy. Hey, you, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And I'll see you in the next video.